Alrighty guys, we're back for some Gruul Graveyard, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Let's go over the new cards first. Got 4 Bushwhacks. This is a 1-mana sorcery. We get to choose one. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Pretty good card, guys. Got 4 Scrapwork Mutts. This is a 2-mana 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. And then it also has Unearth for 1 and a red, which is kind of what makes the card okay. Or good, actually. I think it's going to be terrific in here. We got 2 Blanchwood Prowlers. This is a 2-mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on Blanchwood Prowler. So it looks a little janky, but in this particular build, I think it'll be alright. We have Titania, Voice of Gaea. We got 4 of these in here, even though it's legendary. It's a 3-mana 3/4 with reach. When 1 or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. Cool. In this particular build, you're probably going to gain a lot of life off of this. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard, you may both, and you both own and control Titania and a land named Argoth, Sanctum of Nature, exile them, then meld them into Titania Gaea Incarnate. So what is Gaea Incarnate? So, it's a legendary creature elemental avatar. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, return all land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And it has Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and Haste. So, pretty sick meld card, guys. And then the bottom ability here, too. For 3 and a green, you can put 4 +1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land, so hopefully by the time you meld this, you're closing up the game. Any other new cards? Yeah, we got Simian Simulacrums. Thank you guys for helping me pronounce this, by the way. It's like simulation, but simulacrum, so it's still going to take me a second to get used to that, honestly. We got 4 of them. It's a 3-mana 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, and then it has Unearth for 2 and double green, which is pretty sick. Got 4, I'm sorry, that is not a new card by any means. We got 2 Perennial Behemoths. This is a 5-mana 2/7. You may play lands from your graveyard, and it has Unearth for double green. Pretty cool. The Unearth cards in here are going to be particularly good, especially since there's going to be cards that we're discarding. So discarding the Unearth creatures is fine. We're going to be milling cards, so milling the Unearth creatures is pretty good too. So yeah, these are going to be sick. New land, guys. Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. So it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary green creature, which Titania is the only legendary green creature in here. But that's fine. You can tap it for a green. You can pay 2 and double green and tap it, create a 2/2 green bear creature token, then mill 3 cards. Activate only as a sorcery. Then, of course, this is the one that melds with Titania as well. Okay, I think that's all the new stuff, guys. So let's go back through and see what else we got in here. Got 4 Deathbonnet Sprouts. We don't get to see these too often, so I'm going to take a moment to go over them. 1-mana 1/1 at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform Deathbonnet Sprout. It transforms into Deathbonnet Hulk, which is a 3/3 at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Deathbonnet Hulk. Pretty cool little 1-drop. Even cooler, though, is Willow Geist. We got 4 of them. 1-mana 1/1 with Trample. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Willow Geist. When Willow Geist dies, you gain life equal to its power. This card is going to be ridiculous in here, guys. It works with all the Unearth cards. Just like I mean, the amount of times we can probably buff Willow Geist, if we ever get 2 or more of these onto the board at the same time, hopefully it's going to just ramp out of control. Like, the opponent won't be able to keep up with it, hopefully. Especially if we're up against, like, I don't know, something simple like mono red aggro, right? The Willow Geist can really hurt mono red aggro, so we'll see, right? We got 4 teachings of the Kirin. This is a 2-mana saga. For the first chapter, mill 3 cards, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. Second chapter, put a +1/+1 counter on creature you control. And third chapter, it turns into a Kirin Touched Orochi, which when it attacks, you get to choose one of these abilities. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. The bottom ability here is exile target non-creature card from a graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So pretty sick little saga here. Also, we do have the 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers. It's definitely going to be worth having in here. If we ever get a chance to use Reflection of Kikijiki too, we have a bunch of great cards to use it on, like the Simulacrum, right? And a lot of other ETB effects like Blanchwood Prowler too. So just going to be terrific here, huh? Okay, what else is in the mana base? We have a Crucible of Defiance, a Who Endures, also Roadside Reliquary. We have a decent amount of artifacts, 10 of them. We have a decent amount of enchantments. I do think the Roadside Reliquary could come in handy, so nice. You can pay 2, tap it, sack it, draw a card if you control an artifact, draw a card if you control an enchantment. So yeah, I think we can often draw 2 cards off of this. We'll see if it slows down our beginning turns at all, right? Because if you have... Yeah, well, it depends. Yeah, Bushwhack should be able to keep us pretty steady with mana. A couple honorable mentions, guys. Just more removal in general. I put a braid in here to remind me to talk about more removal. Hopefully we'll be fine. It's definitely something to think about, though. Bitter Reunion could be pretty cool in here, too. It's also an enchantment, so it works with, like, the roadside land. So, yeah, something to think about for sure. Pretty simple deck overall. I'm not sure how simple it's going to be to actually run. I think it's going to be relatively simple. We're just kind of playing cards and doing the things that the cards say. So either way, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. We got right into that first match, guys. Let's go. It's awesome when it loads up before my intro's done playing. Woo, good hand. Okay, nice. Yeah, I love seeing the Willow Geist early on here. Scrapwork Mutt's pretty cool. We're probably just going to go turn to Willow Geist. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because we can get the Rockfall down tapped this turn. It's unnecessary, I guess. I guess Teachings is a little bit better here. Let's start with the swing. Actually, the Argoth can come down tapped. That's probably pretty good. Get that over with. That makes more sense to me. Okay, what's the opponent running over there? They keep the 3 mana open. It could just be Esper control, which would be pretty scary. Alright, let's get that Rockfall down. So definitely a couple things to think about here. I think I'm going to go for the Simulacrum. It affects combat. If it gets countered here, then we have Unearth with it next turn. Okay, it doesn't get countered. We are going to plug it into a Geist to try to get more damage through. And if they end up having removal, then they'd want to do it before the counters because we do gain life. Oh, Fading Hope. That makes more sense, right? Well, we got 1 damage through. That's important, probably. This is still just a great... Hey! Titania, guys. Okay. It's probably Esper control, which is really scary for a first match. So I'm tempted by the Scrapwork Mutt. before combat here to see what we draw. Because I think there's other stuff we could get. And I think we'll ditch the Deathbonnet Sprout to see if we can get another land so we can keep the Who Endures to take something important out later on. How do we feel about that? I feel pretty good about that. Oh, nice. Okay. So now we swing. Yeah, I feel like there's... Oh, okay. Wandering Emperor. Nice, nice. And there goes the Simulacrum with the Exile. We get another damage through. They're back down to 19. And now we'll get the Teachings down. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I know I probably shouldn't be because they controlled us pretty well here at the beginning. The deck we're running isn't particularly aggressive, so it might be very hard. But like, overall... Okay, they decide keeping the Emperor is important. Is there a way for me to get cards out of the grave right now? Surprisingly, no. Let's give it to the Willow Geist. Another land. I think we attack with both of these into the Emperor, and then this one to face. And we'll do... yeah. Combat first. And the reason we attack with both of these is they would need 2 pieces of removal to successfully save the Emperor here then. Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. That's good for us, guys. Wonder if it's going to be worth getting... I wonder if just generating a bear token is better here. I'm going to do that. So we don't walk right into a counterspell. We get more mill, so now we have the 4 lands in the grave for the Titania. Cool. Thirst for Discovery. I think the bear token is worth it there. Look at this art. Look at this. The bear token art. Look at that. Oh man, that's so cool. Bushwhack. Okay. Bushwhack's not going to do too much for us right now, is it? Okay, this looks like we start with a swing. Probably walking right into another Wandering Emperor then. That's what I'm thinking. Is it weird that I've been enjoying my matches against Control? Is it weird? I feel like it's weird. There's something about the thought process. I know it's always like super brutal and like farewell is right around the corner at any moment. But there's just like, I don't know, I've just been having fun with it for some reason. Speaking of farewell, guys, they have the mana for it. It doesn't hit their Emperor, so they're probably, that's probably what they want to hit. So, call me crazy, I'm gonna keep everything in my hand again and just go for the bear. Also, they still have 2 mana open too, which I suppose could be something. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Gonna keep the Who Endures in hand too. Yeah, I think generating these bears is completely fine. If they think their Emperor is gonna die this next turn, then they definitely want to create the creature. Teferi, draw a card. Okay. Well, we still aren't safe from a farewell, but we can successfully take out these Planeswalkers next turn, potentially. Okay, so they do think that their Wandering Emperor is going to die. So maybe not enough removal. Argoth is fine. I think we'll go... Man, there's a lot of options here, huh? There are a lot of options. I think we'll finally get this down and see if it sticks. If it's a make disappear, we have the 2. And then when it comes in, it's a legendary creature, so this can come out untapped, which means we can Bushwhack the Samurai, take out the Teferi, and hope that the farewell doesn't hit. Alright, we still got 2 mana open for a Make Disappear. If it is a Make Disappear, of course. I do know some decks just run Negate. I believe they run the Negate for... Okay, I don't know if we play the Willow Geist too, so... I think we hold everything else back for now. Let's go with... How do we want to do this? 5, and then at face, if they remove 1, Teferi survives, though. So we go like this. And the Orochi's swinging at face, and then we'll go ahead and buff. Let's take care of... Fading Hope, just in case. And then let's buff the Spirit. A couple of tough decisions here, huh? Okay, they take it. So we want to overswing into that in case they can remove 1. We're going to save the Willow Geist back in case the Farewell does hit, and we're just kind of hoping that they didn't see it this game, because how many do they usually run? 1 or 2, right? So Depopulate isn't as bad, luckily. It's just not as bad as the Farewell, so I'm okay with that. That's fine. Just a normal board wipe. Can produce more bears. The Mutt can help us out a little bit here. So let's get Willow Geist down. This is pretty cool, guys. I think we'll discard to discard Teachings, see what we find. Because I still like the Who Endures. We might just play it as a land this turn, though, honestly. No, we got a land. Let's go ahead and bring back the Simulacrum, too. It's good damage. We get to buff the Geist. We could wait. Let's bring it back. We can buff itself, too. That's tough, because more damage or just buffing the Geist? Let's buff the Geist, because that's pretty cool. Get him down to 10. The opponents have controlled us pretty well so far. I'm still feeling good, guys. We still have the Sanctum of Nature, too. It'd be awesome to pull off a victory here. Another Teferi. They definitely need removal for that Willow Geist if they go the draw route. Okay. Ooh, another land. Ew. Ew. Well, I can only imagine it's removal for the Geist then. We can try to buff it even further. I kind of want to save this back. It's fine. Let's bring it. Yeah, it's sticking. Get to play some land. That's so cool, guys. It's so cool. Let's go ahead and play the third Sanctum, just in case. You never know, right? Buff the Geist up. Let's swing and swing. And if they have like, we could full swing it to Fairy, but if they have removal for the Geist anyways, really? What? Did I just should I just have swung at face? I was almost 100% certain that it was going to be removal. Oh, this is activate only as a sorcery, by the way, so you want to make sure to do that. They have 3 open. Watch, we just missed lethal. Something's sticking, though, so, like... Because, yeah, like, we could have swung 9 at face, but then removal on the Geist, they take 2, and then Teferi survives. Like, oh, man, I don't know now, though. I don't know, guys. Because that gives them another turn to find the removal. I think it was Teferi. I think it was. Ew. Ew, not control drawing. Hey, let's go. So I wish they would add this, right? I would love to see the opponent's hand right now. I understand why they don't add it, I guess, but like, I would love to see what was in there to see if the swing at Teferi was worth it. But like, at the same time, they didn't remove the Willow Geist to save the Teferi. If we would have swung at face, they would have been forced to use removal. But at the same time, wouldn't it have just still made sense to use that removal to save the Teferi anyway? Yeah, I guess they just couldn't find it, guys. So, nice. I'm pleased. So one of the reasons the Farewell would have been so bad is because it can also exile graveyards too. So all of those Unearth creatures would have been out of there, which would have been really, really bad. It's a good first game overall. I'm questioning my final swing there, where if I would have just went face, I still don't know if it would have just produced the same outcome or not. Good hand, man. Wow. These first two games. Hello, opponent. We don't get a hello every day. Dropping the sleepers a little bit scary. We might go right into teachings. I feel like teachings over Mutt right now would be a little better. Mutt's better after Titania's on the board. See if they just go for buff in the sleeper. They do not. Must, oh, Bank Buster. Ooh, buddy, okay. Let's get the forest down. That is fine. I suppose we'll swing first. Then we'll get the teachings down. Just for good practice, right? Even though they're tapped out. Fable, couple land already. Nice. Nice. It's too bad we couldn't get the meld in the last game, but we could have, maybe, if we played things in a different order. But if we played things in a different order, the game might have come down to a little bit of a different conclusion overall, right? So they cut down the Geist. We go back up to 19. Tenacious Underdog, power up Bank Buster. Do we chump block? We take the 5 so we can get the counter on teachings, which I suppose might be worth it because now it can trade with Underdog, which I guess they just keep powering up Bank Buster at that point. Let's get this down. It's probably going to be some spot removal, but at least it can't be cut down, which is pretty cool. And we'll save this as an emergency blocker because we are on the defense right now. They have a Foundry too that we want to think about. This flips into the Orochi. Ah, go for the throw on the Titania. My feelings. Okay, so we'll block the sleeper. Yeah, that's a good trade for us. Take the 4. I feel like that's a pretty good trade for us. Willow Geist, okay. As rough as the spot removal is, I feel like we're still alright. Because Geist helps us gain life over time, right? Let's get Geist down. Actually, we probably should have went Mutt first. And yeah, it was probably Mutt first. I'll keep the forest. Because we, okay. And then we'll get this down and keep Crucible. Okay. Well, we're all right. Everything's fine. Also, they're missing their 4th mana. Ugh. Trespasser. They're wrecking my combos, bro. Good thing Willow Geist plays well with it. Power up the bank. This Bank Buster's rough, dude. Let's block with Mutt. Oh, they offer the trade with Underdog. Take 4? Yeah. I'm gonna take 4. Down to 5. Geist can gain us life when it dies, which hopefully it doesn't get exiled or anything crazy like that. Another Willow Geist. Nice. Let's do that. Let's go Scrapwork Mutt on Earth. This is pretty sick, guys. This is pretty sick. Discard the Unearth card, right? Oh, Yeah. We don't have the double green, unfortunately, which would be sick. Like, if we played this out and it was a green land, then bringing that back. So we'll swing with you. And we'll go with non-creature, my graveyard. And we'll go ahead and get rid of the Fable. So we're keeping the other Willow Geist back as a blocker. We're keeping both of them back as a blocker, because if they get 4, they could blitz this back, and this is the type of deck that has a ton of removal, too. I'm going to keep Crucible in hand, guys. I feel like it's unnecessary to play. We can block Trespasser really, really well. We can trade with a Bank Buster. They have a Foundry. They can blitz Underdog back. It looks like their second Trespasser. That's actually pretty rough for the opponent since we have 2 Geists on the board. They can hit our Unearth creature, but yeah. Like, these are going to be very tough on the opponent. If they can find a way to get that last little bit of damage through, oh, like a land and invoke despair, we're gonna need to gain some life soon, guys. Oh no, we can get rid of a creature and an enchantment, and I think we would gain life off the sacrificed Willow Geist before we lose the life from the invoke despair too. I think. I don't know why I can't think of the proper order right now. Bushwhack, let's go. Okay, what do we want to do here? Because just playing the Simulacrum would be fine. That would be completely fine. Buff the Geist. We could discard the Crucible and take out one of these Trespassers too. That would be fine. Could discard the Simulacrum, but I don't want it to get exiled. So I think we just do this. I guess we go into a Geist. Like, Mono Black doesn't play too much that exiles from the board. Recently, at least, so... Yeah, Bushwhack could be okay. Do we just hold blockers back again? I'm gonna do that. I feel like Bushwhack's gonna have a better target. It'd be nice to swing with this and get more buffs on the Geists, but at the same time, it's such an easy block for the opponent. So we're gonna hold back. Yeah, no attacks. Same concept, guys. Like, so much removal in that style of deck that if we do risk these swings, I guess they would probably take the 7 if we swung with this. We'd have 3 creatures, but they have 2 on the board here with the Bank Buster ready to power up, the Blitz on the Underdog. Yeah, I think we save all of them back. Now see, that's a better target for the Bushwhack, because now we don't have to discard to take that out. Another Teachings. Okay, well, we probably start with Teachings and see what gets milled here. Yeah, we're kind of just waiting for the right moment to start getting this damage through. This is a really fun deck, guys. I really like this. I think Willow Geist is actually pretty insane. I love how it pairs with the Trespasser, which is one of the most played creatures. For real, though. Like, we see so many Trespassers. Alright, let's do this. Fight, and we're gonna have... What if we have this one fight, and then we swing with this one, and see if they block? How do you guys feel about that? Because now we have another chump blocker here. If they block the Geist, I really want to gain this life before they find a way to get this damage through. Power up Bankbuster as an option to block if they want to. Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Is that worth the swing, man? Ah, jeez. Might swing for the 7 since now they can double block, and a double block for us would be huge. But also just getting the 7 damage through would be really good too. Oh, I don't know when to risk it. I feel like this is worth it. I feel like this is worth it. We have to be careful with Foundry too, but then they would be spending mana on the Foundry. See, if they double block, they lose 2 creatures, and we gain 7 because Willow Geist is stacked. But also, for them, getting this big chunky creature off the board would be ideal. Down to 11. Okay, I'm pretty scared. Let's see what they get. We'll see if it was worth the risk or if we should have just stayed on the defense. They found the 5th mana. Is it going to be an Invoke Despair? Even then, we have the other teachings over here now, too. They switch it to nighttime. Okay. We could force some blocks here this turn, but they have the Foundry to chump. These have Trample, though, so let's put it on the Geist. I think we full swing. I think now's the time to full swing. Force some blocks. Foundry might power up. We don't know what's in hand, though. It could be some simple removal. Jeez. See, we have this, too. That's the thing. We have the other Simulacrum there. Go for the Throat. That makes sense. We do gain some life here, which is excellent for us, guys. Excellent. Uh-huh. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it on back. What are we buffing? Power up Bank Buster. No, they go for the draw. Buff the Geist. See, if they found like a cut down, that would be all right. Now that we're at 9, see, Geist is going up to 10, and it has Trample. So, yeah, I think we full swing, force some blocks here. It really comes down to what else is in their hand, though, too, because if they found a cut down... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There goes nothing. We could get a chump blocker, though, huh? Let's grab the Bushwhack. Buffs the Geist even further. Actually, that probably is enough. If we just pump everything into the Geist, they only have 1 swamp open, so I don't know what that could possibly be in their hand to make it so... Yeah. GG. Let's go, guys. Willow Geist putting in some serious work. We didn't get a meld off again, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get the meld in the next game. This is a really fun deck, guys. This is kind of awesome. I mean, the last time we played with Willow Geist, it was a while ago. We had a blast with it back then, too. But now with the Unearth cards and everything... Wow, great hand. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can get the meld this time. The biggest problem with that is there's so much removal. Okay. Soldiers. It's a little bit of a problem. Let's start with the Sprout. Start getting cards into our grave. Fable's a pretty good draw here. That is good to see. Yeah, so far I'm very, very pleased. Frontliner, yep. So no 2-drop that. Well, a couple 1-drops, that's probably just as bad. Hey! Good hit off the Sprout, huh? Alright. Well, we could always Bushwhack if we need to, but that's probably going to be something we want to save for their Brutal Cathar. So it's probably going to be... Let's get the Forest down. Let's get the Geist down. And I really don't want to trade into any of these unless, like... Yeah, it depends. Like, the Frontliner's a bit of a problem. We know that they're going to swing with those for sure. They might not want to trade with Officer, so let's see what they end up doing here. Getting a couple 1-drops down might mean... Okay, Brutal Cathar. Take the Willow Geist, maybe? No, they take... Okay. That's right, these give +1/+1, not +1/+0. Yeah, Frontliner's actually pretty good, huh? Let's save the Geist back, and it's looking pretty slow for us right now, as Bushwhack is not getting us there against the Cathar yet. Titania is a great blocker here, but Fable, on the other hand, can really help us. See, if it's Brutal Cathar number 2, then the Titania is relatively bad. They dropped the good game. That might mean they have a couple ways to buff this board state. Lay down arms. Oh no, guys. That's brutal, brutal stuff. We did gain 3. We might be able to wait another turn here. Yeah, I'm gonna save the Geist. Remember, when Geist dies, but now Lay Down Arms can exile it, which is just terrifying. We're at 9. So yeah, if they can find a way to buff their board state, everything's has to go into Geist. Swing at this, because it's about to get exiled. So if we can successfully block here... Oh, that doesn't count as casting, so it switches to nighttime too. Ooh. They get the Foundry down. 4 mana available. Dude, these soldier decks are super terrifying. I love this art style, like this artwork for the Brutal Cathar. So they're thinking like, do we just keep full swinging every turn, right? Most likely means they don't have the second Lay Down Arms yet, because like that Willow Geist is like a perfect target. Exile target creature. Yeah. Okay. They go for the swing, buff the Brute. The first strike is pretty good here. Trying to think if there's any combat tricks in soldiers. I don't want the Geist to die yet, because the Bushwhack is going to be the go-to card here to take out the Brute. Willow Geist down to 3. Muriel comes down after combat. Oh, because it's not whenever a soldier attacks, it's when Muriel attacks. Okay, let's see. They drop another GG's. We have 2 Bushwhacks, though, too. Hello, opponent. Hi. Let's go Bushwhack number 1. Take out that Brute. Pay 3 life? Start with taking out the shield, then. And then let me think about this. Because we can, no matter what, we want the shield gone. Gonna gain 4 from the Geist dying. Get the other mountain down here. Could get another chump blocker down. Gain 4. Take 3. Chump blocker number 2. And then we'll get Fable down over the teachings. Back up to 6. Because they're going to be able to buff the recruitment officer to a 3/2 off the frontliner. Okay, back to daytime. So their Brutal Cathar, if they have a second one, can hit more. A pretty solid turn for us, guys. They also have the Foundry that they can power up. They can bring frontliner back. Look at how terrifying that is. Oh, man. Oh, they found the second Lay Down Arms as well. We're back up to 9. Deathbonnet Sprout. I would buff the officer and yeah, they got it. They got it. We should probably block, guys. It sucks, but we should probably block. Down to 6. We have teachings. We have the ability to discard these. Oh, that's pretty good. They drop another GG's. Opponent's having a field day over there, guys. Let's go decline. I like both of these cards a lot. The Forest is going to do 1 damage to us. And that is okay. Down to 5 we go. Titania blocks very, very well here. Chump blocker's great. We're about to get Reflection next turn. So there's still a lot the opponent can do, though. Wow. 0 land in the grave. Yeah, there's the second shield. All right. They don't swing here. They wait till next turn, probably. So we held him back. Sanctum of Nature. Oh, buddy. Okay. So let's give... So shield's a problem. So if we get Titania large enough to block it, that's probably pretty good. And then Sanctum of Nature gets us a bear. Gain some life, huh? Let's go. And we save everything back. There's a lot of issues here, and it goes back to nighttime, so the Cathar can't steal a creature if they find one. Foundry powers up to a 2/2. They want to. They're going to go searching with the Officer, though. This card's terrific, guys. Very, very nice. They find a Veteran, and they pass it back to us. It's too bad we didn't get that meld, huh? It's too bad. So, Simian Simulacrum. It's pretty good. Getting another bear is pretty good. Let's get this down. Let's buff the bear. Let's copy it. And buff the GG opponent. So, it's a little risky because we could have also copied on their turn for more blockers. But you guys know me, I like to get a little bit aggressive sometimes, and what we were going to do is I was going to probably plug that right back into the other Simulacrum. Also, the Orochi would be good too if we thought they were going to get another lay down arms too. One of the reasons just getting another bear token might have been the safer bet is we get to mill 3 cards, and we probably would have hit some land, which means we probably would have gained another 2 there too, and maybe hit the meld next turn. It's too bad we didn't get the meld for the video, guys, but I think it wouldn't be too bad. Like, this is a game where we could have had it if we just would have seen more land hitting the grave, but for some reason we didn't there for a while. Pretty cool, guys. I really like the deck taking on soldiers. Like, there is probably a better way to play that one out too, you know? So, like, yeah. Pretty sweet. Let's go over it one more time. Gruul Graveyard, guys. Probably one of the coolest decks I made so far since the Brothers War came out, if not the coolest, and it's pretty fun too. Maybe not the most fun that I've had, but is still pretty fun. Willow Geist is actually just insane. The laydown arms is definitely its enemy. What? Let's look at that card again. Lay down. Let's read it again, because if there's a lot of soldiers, exile target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of planes you control. It gains its controller gains 3 life. So yeah, that would be a great target to hit. Willow Geist is a little weak to that, but overall, that's fine. Like, I guess we are seeing a lot of soldiers, but either way, if they would kill it with something else, we'd gain life from the Willow Geist, and then we're still, if they exile it, we're still gaining life off the laydown arms too, so overall, it's completely fine. The Unearth creatures are actually insane. We finally got to copy something with Reflection, which was awesome. Again, that final turn there before the opponent conceded was a little risky, getting a little aggressive when we probably should have just stayed on the defense and activated the Argoth again, which is actually pretty good, huh? I'm pleased by the bear tokens, guys. Honestly, it might be worth having Argoth in some builds that doesn't even run Titania, right? It might be worth it sometimes. Like, think about that control matchup where producing those bears seemed pretty important. Deathbonnet was awesome. Yeah, Bushwhack is incredible. The way that we're just able to also search for land too if the opponent has nothing to kill is pretty insane. The deck definitely knows how to keep the graveyard nice and stacked. We didn't get to see Blanchwood Prowler today, did we? That's a shame. This would be one of those cards that you could cut for more removal if you wanted. Really depends what you're seeing in your meta. If you're going up against like soldiers every other game, then maybe more removal would be necessary, right? So just something to think about. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.